Welcome to Fresh Talk News Channel. Today, we're diving into the latest headlines, where politics, policy, and public opinion collide. Let's get started. President Trump is ramping up deportations of migrants from the U.S., but he's facing fierce backlash from Democrats in Congress, activists on the ground, and even judges in the courtroom. The latest development comes from U.S. District Judge James Boasberg, who recently issued a temporary order to halt deportations under the Alien Enemies Act, an 18th-century wartime law. Judge Boasberg demanded that the Trump administration prove it did not defy his earlier order to return flights from Texas carrying alleged Venezuelan gang members. During Thursday's hearing, Boasberg accused the government of evading his deadline to provide information about the deportations of migrants flown to El Salvador. This has sparked a fiery response from both President Trump and his close advisor, Elon Musk, who have publicly criticized Boasberg and even called for his impeachment. In a press briefing at the White House on Friday, Trump didn't hold back, saying, "You can't stop deportations with a judge sitting behind a desk who has no idea what's going on and happens to be a radical left lunatic." Strong words from the president, as this legal battle continues to unfold. Meanwhile, President Trump made waves on Thursday by signing an executive order aimed at abolishing the Department of Education, DOE. While full termination of the department requires congressional approval, Trump has directed Education Secretary Linda McMahon to take whatever steps she can to shrink the agency's footprint. On Friday, the president announced that student loan programs will be transferred to the Small Business Administration, an agency already grappling with a 40% workforce reduction. Additionally, the Department of Health and Human Services will take over special needs programs. Trump assured the public, the department's useful functions will be preserved, fully preserved. However, Secretary McMahon has previously stated that a massive reduction in the department's workforce would be the first step toward dismantling the cabinet-level agency. She's set to appear on CNN's State of the Union, where she'll likely outline the administration's next steps and discuss the legal avenues available to downsize the DOE. On the other side of the political spectrum, Senator Bernie Sanders, independent Vermont, is touring the country, drawing massive crowds of liberal voters who are voicing their dissatisfaction with the Trump administration's efforts to overhaul the federal government. These efforts have led to the firing of thousands of government workers, sparking widespread concern. Senator Sanders will appear on ABC's This Week, where he's expected to discuss the Democratic Party's strategy to recover from the losses suffered in the 2024 elections. He'll also likely share his takeaways from recent rallies in Arizona and Nevada, where he's been rallying support for progressive policies. Meanwhile, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, New York, is facing intense scrutiny from his colleagues over his support for a GOP-crafted funding bill that was eventually signed by President Trump. Some within the party, including Maryland Representative Glenn Ivey, D., have suggested that Schumer should step down from his leadership role. Schumer is scheduled to appear on NBC's Meet the Press, where he'll likely address the backlash he's received in recent days. He's also expected to discuss his new book, Anti-Semitism in America, a Warning, which delves into the rise of anti-Semitism and its implications for the nation. That's all for today's update on Fresh Talk News Channel. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more breaking news and in-depth analysis. Stay informed, and we'll see you next time.